Hello, 6C receiving students and teachers. Thank you. You may take your seats. All right. In our last lesson, we looked at, can anyone tell me? Receiving students, you can tell the teacher. What did we look at? Oh, wow, thank you.
Types of force, part 2.
Okay, types of forces, lesson number 2. That was the topic that we looked at in our last lesson. Very good. Now, I would like to ask Rodney and Samuel, okay? They will do arm wrestling for us, okay? So while they are doing that, I want you to watch very carefully, okay? After that activity, I will ask you questions. Receiving students? Okay, Rodney and Samuel, can you do arm wrestling for us? Thank you. Okay, 6C and receiving students, watch very carefully. Okay, 1, 2, 3, start. Very good. Give them 3 big claps. Okay, so who won? Receiving students and 6C? Again? Okay, Rodney won. Why do you think he won? Hands up, please. Thank you. Why do you think he won? Robert?
Because he has strength.
Okay, very good. Robert said because he has strength. Good. Michelle. Melisha.
Because he usually has strength to push Samuel's hand out.
Okay, because he has strength to push Samuel's end. Very good. What else? Receiving students, you can tell your teacher. Onia, thank you.
Because Rodney used a lot of force than Samuel.
Very good. Because Rodney used a lot of force than Samuel. Very good. Thank you, Onia, for your answer. All right. Receiving students and 6C, we are still looking at the same. We're still looking at the same outcome. Strand and substrand. And our topic for today's lesson, force can make things move. And we will look at balanced and unbalanced forces. Receiving students and 6C, in this lesson we will identify and describe forces that are balanced and unbalanced. That's what we will look at in our today's lesson. All right, receiving students and 6C, may I have your attention? All eyes in front. I will demonstrate to you a small activity, and I want you to watch or observe very carefully. Okay, I have here a beam balance. This instrument here is called a beam balance or a beam balance. Okay, I want you to watch very carefully, receiving students and 6C. I have some weights here. Okay, these are called weights. Okay, so there are two weights on this side and there are two weights on this side. Okay, we can say side A, side B. All right, what if I remove one weight? What can you say, receiving students and 60? Vanessa.
Unbalanced.
Good. It is unbalanced. Okay? Why? Why do you think it is unbalanced? Emmanuel, can you tell us why?
Because one side is lighter and the other side is heavier.
Because one side is lighter and the other side is heavy. Okay, very good. Now, what if I put this weight on this side, the same weight that I removed? What do you say? Receiving students, you can tell a teacher. Robert? When I add this weight to this side again, now it is, Robert?
Balance. Balance.
Very good. Now it is balanced. Why is it balanced? Why is it balanced? Uvao, thank you.
Because the two sides are equal. Because the two sides are equal.
Because the two sides are equal. Good. Because the Melisha. Yes, Uvao's answer is correct.
Because the both sides have the same weight.
Because the both sides have the same weight. That's why they are balanced. Okay, very good. Any questions? Receiving students, you can ask your teacher. Any questions? Okay, was there any force involved or applied? Receiving students and 6C, was there any force applied? Moro, thank you. Was there any force applied? That was my question.
Gravity force.
Gravity force. Good. Yes, Anna Morris said gravity force. Okay, because the weights are equal, that's why it is balanced. And also we can say the other force is gravity. Okay? That's correct. Okay, receiving students in 6C, watch here. If I remove this weight, is there any force involved? Yes. Why? Or how? How can you prove that there's force involved? Come on, model class. Yes, there is force involved, but how can you justify that there's force involved? Okay, when I remove this weight, it goes one-sided, okay? Why? Because the weight here is heavier than the other side, okay? So force is involved, okay? This side is heavier than the other side, okay? That's why it is going down, or it is one-sided. Are we clear, receiving students and 6C? And also gravity is also push up. It is pulling down the heavier weights, okay? Because this is heavy, it is going one-sided. Okay, so remember that force is also applied. Are we clear, receiving students and 6C? Any questions? Any questions from the moral class? Okay, let's move on. This is your instruction. Read the questions carefully and write your answers. So you will do your activity in your exercise books, receiving students and 6C. Okay, you have 2 questions there to answer. Number 1, what makes a force to be balanced? And number 2, what makes a force to be unbalanced? We have already gone through the demonstration, so by now you should be able to answer those 2 questions. Girls? What makes a force to be balanced? The heavier side will move down. Okay, the gravity will pull it down because it is heavy. Because I remove one weight, the other side is heavier than the other side. That's why it is unbalanced. Yes. So just try to think and you write the answer. Move out. The weight made the force balanced. Okay. Okay, you said the weight. Now you have to be specific, huh? The weight. If you say the weight, it's general. Because up in front, I showed you 4 weights altogether. Okay, 2 weights on the other side, on one side, and the other 2 weights on one side, side A, side B. Because the 2 weights are equal, it is balanced. Okay, so you cannot say the weight. It's too general. Okay. Okay, good. Girls. Okay, you two sing. You have to be specific. Huh? I'm too broad to us. Yes, very good. Because both sides have the same weight. What makes a force to be unbalanced? Because the other side was heavier than the other side. Okay. Very good. So, yeah. Well, okay, so because both sides have the same weight. Okay, you are correct. Okay, both sides have the same weight. That's why they are balanced. And also, because they have the same weight, the gravity too is also pulling down. Okay, but because both sides have the same weight, they are not unbalanced. They are balanced. Okay, that is correct. Very good. But I'm just trying to explain to you further, elaborate further. Okay, this one. What makes a force to be unbalanced? Okay, because the other side was heavier than the other side. That's correct. Okay. Now remember that force of gravity it acts on all sides. For example, I'm standing now. Because the force of gravity is acting on all the sides. The force of gravity is acting this way, on all the sides. That's why it is balanced. Okay. Now, if the gravity or the force of gravity, if it did not act on all the sides, then we won't be standing or we won't be running. Because if there was no gravity force, then it will be unbalanced. You may laksanakan no the leg gogol on the side na head go on the other side. Already finished. Because the force make both sides balance. Okay, you say because both sides have the same weight. That's why they are balanced. Yeah. You can say maybe because one side is heavier than the other side, or one side has more weights than the other side of the beam. Okay. But when you go through the questions, you do your corrections. Okay. Okay, 6C and receiving students, by now you should complete answering the 2 questions. Okay, receiving students, you can give your answers to your teachers, while the model class will also give the answers. Okay, let's look at question number 1. Question number 1. What makes a force to be balanced? Sorry. What makes a force to be balanced?
Weight.
Okay, thank you, Moro. Weights. Moro, can you explain a bit on weights? Why do you say weights? Your answer is correct, but can you explain a bit more? Okay, who can help Anna Moro? Thank you, Victoria.
Because both sides have the same weight.
Very good, because both sides have the same weight. Okay? Because both sides have the same weight. That's why the force is balanced. Okay? Any more? Any more from the middle class? Okay. Okay, this is the answer, okay? Because both sides have the same weight. That's why the force is said to be balanced. Is that clear? Receiving students in 6C? Okay, very good. Let's look at question number 2. Class, read together, please. Thank you. What makes a force to be unbalanced? Same old ends. Jason, thank you.
Because the other side have one weight and the other side have 2 weight. That's why it make it unbalanced.
Okay, thank you, Jason, for your answer. Because one side has 1 weight and the other side has 2 weights. So what can we say about that? It is unbalanced. Or we can say one side has more weights than the other side. That's why it is unbalanced. Thank you, Jason, for your answer. Let's have Melisha. Thank you. Last one from you.
Because gravity was pulling the other weight down.
Because the gravity was pulling.
Pulling the other weight down.
Okay, pulling the other weight down. Which side are you talking about? Which weight? The side that has
The side that has two what?
two weights.
Two weights.
Very good, okay? The side that has two weights, okay. So, all in all, we can say that because no, Jason Sensa. Because okay, because one side of the beam balance has more weights than the other, okay? Very good. So we can say for question number one, because both sides have the same weight, the forces are equal. Okay? Because both sides have the same weight, the forces are equal. In question number two, because one side has more weights than the other, it is unbalanced, okay? And also the force is not equal. Okay? For the first one, because the force is equal. Second one, the force is not equal. Very good. Are we clear now, 6C and receiving students? Okay, thank you, receiving students and 6C, for your answers. Our homework for today's lesson, you will draw a diagram of a balanced force and unbalanced force. That's your homework. Receiving students and 6C, you will draw the diagram, and also you have to include 1 or 2 sentences, okay, explaining why it is a balanced force and why it is unbalanced force. Write 1 or 2 sentences. All right, our summary for today's lesson. We have 2 summary points. When 2 forces are equal, the force is said to be balanced. And when 2 forces are not equal, the force is unbalanced. And class, what is our key phrase for today's lesson? Again? Balanced and unbalanced force. And our next lesson topic will be on force can make things move. And the materials that will be needed for the next lesson: students' workbook, students' worksheets, pencils, erasers, and ruler, and charts. With that, thank you, 6C, and receiving students for your participation.